Hey guys, I figured I would just give you an update on the project. For those of you who are not aware, my education is in architecture, and something we do often is a lot of model making, a lot of mock-ups, a lot of kind of brainstorming sessions, sketching, and physical mock-ups. And so continuing with this project, we didn't really know what we wanted to do with it. I mean, we had a couple ideas, but we didn't know how they were going to turn out. So through the means of kind of sketching over pictures and stuff like that, we came up with a couple of concepts. And so I figured I would just mock up kind of what we're thinking as we go forward to see if that's kind of the direction that we want to take with it. So this is the first mock-up. It's okay. It's starting to get there for the most part. It's starting to kind of have the lines and the feel that we're looking for. But, obviously this is, cardboard, chipboard, just scrap we had laying around, but it starts to get an interesting idea about the way that we're heading with it. But yeah, this is just the first one. You can kind of see the bow cover and kind of the bulkhead we're introducing here for storage underneath this, and a hatch of some sort, just thinking about different ideas. Obviously the mast would come up there. But the bow is looking kind of stubby for my liking, aesthetically anyways, so we're thinking about maybe bringing this line out a bit farther, or maybe bringing this line back. But there's a lot of other thoughts going on here. I mean, obviously, the way you want to use the boat is you have to have, you want to have someone up here and someone back there, and you want to have room to do stuff, but introducing this forward kind of bow compartment kind of limits that space, and so you don't want to bring that farther back or else you're going to lose your space here. So it's just thinking about those, how do you want to use the boat, and these extensions you're putting on them in either direction. You want to make sure the lines are going to line up right and it's not going to look dorky. But yeah, so this is the mock-up number one. Gonna kind of have a brainstorming session about it and see kind of the direction we're gonna lead with it. But other than that, we'll check back in. See you guys. So just to check in here on the mocking up process, and it just goes to show how critical it can be to think about how these parts and pieces all come together before you start actually cutting any wood or spending any money, just to see if it's gonna be and look and have the style of what you want, So it's just kind of, in my case, or in my opinion, I think it's pretty important to think about, how these parts and pieces are all gonna connect together, and, the shapes that you're cutting out and the hatches that you're putting in, making sure that, the lines are carrying through, and, it's gonna be able to be used in the way that you want it to, having enough space in the places that you want, cup holders in the right spot, hatches, or, it's just cheap cardboard. So the more you can cut up and the more you can, take down and think through ideas, like back here on the rudder, having the idea of, well, maybe I want a piece, that connects through the back so it can be kind of an autopilot, that you can pick this up and put it in different notches so you can, grab a drink or whatever while you're sailing. And having, this piece, maybe this actually wants to be a table, so it's higher, but, thinking about the teak running along the inside, does it turn and come up and swoop around and come through? And do you really want to put that much time and effort into it? The connection between, the deck, and how does the deck come through and cover that, and these lines that carry through. I mean, these are all just really critical questions that you need to think through before you start cutting wood or bending wood. But in my opinion, I think she's coming along nicely. She's got a lot of potential, but man, she's pretty bare bones at this point, which is exactly where we want her. But yeah, I think it's going to be a good project, and I'll keep mocking up and keep working through ideas, and we'll check back in. See you guys.